Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Contest of speed.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. How is everyone this evening? I am D Summers 90. I am your lead comms for EU3 tonight. I am joined by Grelis yet again.
Hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Hope we're all doing well this evening. Happy to be back with main man Summers here. I missed you last week. So it'd be good to get in the comms booth once again with yourself. Back in Portugal.
Yes, we are racing around the Algarve Portimao circuit. And yeah, I just want to extend a thanks to Hako for covering for me last week. I was having major internet issues. And yes, thank you to him for covering for the Brazil race. Talking of the Brazil race, we will go and have a quick look at last week's finishing table. Almanac extended his lead, and it was one hell of a race. There was controversy and penalties handed out every which way. Almanac was very dominant throughout the race, though.
Yeah, once again, I think it carried on that form from Miami. Maybe not quite as strong as Miami was, but like you say, once again, another strong showing from him. Be good to see how he does here in Portugal. If anyone can take the fight to him, I'd love to see it.
And as I said, In the drivers, he has extended his lead. He is now 22 points ahead of his closest rival, Sanderdam, in the Aston Martin. Nilby is a little way off of that, unfortunately. I'm pretty sure Andre will be looking to close up the gaps behind them.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we don't have Adam with us anymore. He can't do races on the Tuesdays. But
Thankfully, because otherwise I think we would have seen a Red Bull domination.
yes, very, very true. Let's move on to constructors. As we can see, there is the Red Bull domination as it stands at the moment. Little bit of distance between them and Aston Martin in second. Haas in third, Mercedes in fourth, RB in fifth, and then we've got Kick, Ferrari, McLaren, Williams, and Alpine making up the rest of the listings. So, and Enzon has just started his first flyer. I believe Pipe Tech is actually just in front of him. Let me get the track map. Delta's up.
Yeah, it's an interesting strategy. I don't know if they're trying to pull something off here, but giving your teammate the dirty air around the entire lap is not going to help much.
No, the best way to do it really is along the start-finish straight with the DRS and then pulling out wide of turn one.
Yeah, well, he's got a few laps to try and beat here. The two Alpines setting 117.8 and 118.8 respectively, split by the RB of Fragnista with a 118.1. We could get some faster times, but it looks a bit cloudy, Summers.
Yes, I have a rather reputable source in the pit lane, one Aston Martin driver, Sandydam, mentioning that it looks like they might have a rainy race today. So,
wow. Okay.
this should become very, very interesting throughout this race.
Yeah, that's going to be the first wet race we're going to have this season, if that's true. I was going to mention Portugal is not an easy track. It's normally plagued by spins and track limits warnings, and if it's wet, it's only going to make those worse. So we could be in for a good race here.
Very true, especially about the spins, and I'm expecting a couple from the guy I'm currently looking at, Nathan, who is currently going with no TC. So
Yes.
he has no traction control. He's trying to make himself faster and a better driver. And more power to him for trying to do it around Portugal. Because
he's a very brave man.
It's one of the more difficult ones to actually get right. But we
Braver man than me.
I do apologise for the coughing, guys.
He's going to set a lap now, though, with the OTC. It's a 121.2. He's a few tenths, maybe a bit one, a few tenths, but it's a few tenths off the back. It's more than 1/10 off the back.
Yes, he's a few tenths of temps off of the back.
Yeah.
As Nilby puts himself in second with a 17.988. The Haas boys seem to be putting in the time.
Yeah, they've done well early doors to get themselves P2 and P3, but still almost half the grid to set a time lap. So we'll see where they end up.
Almanac to cross the line. Let's see where this puts him. And of course, he goes first.
Well.
Provisional pole.
Who's surprised?
I mean, it's not really a shock, is it? He is pretty much the Max Verstappen of EU3 at this point.
Yeah.
The only place he really had any sort of competition was, I believe, Bahrain, which was the first race of the season.
It was, yes. But I still have hope. We've got Sanderdam on an out lap here. Enzon is he's on lap. He's actually finishing a lap, maybe, or he's actually invalidated. So maybe this is the start of his lap now.
Yeah, he was
But,
2 seconds down on that lap as well. So
Yeah.
we will stick with Enzon, see where he puts himself. This is a tricky corner. Oh, yeah, there's the lockup. That's a tricky corner to get right, and then it's followed by yet another difficult corner because you need to get the power down, but you're going uphill, it's off camber. Everything's all over the show for that corner.
Yeah, well, you've seen how I go through that corner. It's not particularly great when you haven't got the rear downforce on.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen you go through that corner in season 13, and it was backwards, if I remember rightly.
I don't remember that, funnily enough. That's let's move on. Anyway.
Oh, and Enzon goes wide, but he doesn't invalidate. He lifted off while off track. But he sets a purple middle sector. So let's see where this puts him.
Yeah, Andre snuck up into a P4 just shy of the 117s as we were watching Enzon come around the final corner now.
Up to second. He's faster than Cygate, but he's still a good 7/10 off of Almanac there.
It is a good 7/10. However, he's done 4 laps on those tyres. So with a new fresh pair of boots, he could be.
And there's Sandydam. He deposes Almanac. Provisional pole with a 17.027. That was an amazing lap.
It was. I did watch part of it, and I think he's still got more time than that. So Almanac might have to be looking over his shoulder here.
I'm going to jump onto someone we haven't watched too much of. It is his home race today, Heavy. It's I'm not sure how close to the Algarve he is, but I do know that he is Portuguese, and I'm pretty sure he will be pleased to be racing this circuit this season.
Yeah, I mean, everyone wants to do well at their home race, and I think he had a pretty decent finish back in Brazil. Points, if I remember, unless it was Miami the race before.
Let's see where his first lap puts him. Only into 12th out of the 15 racing tonight. Let's hope that his next lap will actually improve for him. It would be nice to see him doing well, especially at his home race.
Yeah, well, he's got high margins to beat, making 10 positions up in Brazil last week. Rio Lashnami retired.
Yep.
118.8, he's happy with that.
I mean, we've seen how Ashton can actually battle through a grid now.
He's a Sunday man. That's what it is.
Yeah, he sets a banker lap and then goes, yeah, okay, fair enough, I'll sit down on that. And then goes for it in the race. We love to see it.
Yeah, it's always better to see it in a race in quali. We like a close battle in quali, but we're all here for the race.
Let's see, I believe Pipe Tech is still on an out lap. Let's see how he handles the double right-hander up and over. This is one hell of a roller coaster of a hill in the middle of the circuit. It's a very undulating track, this one, and that to me looked like he was off track, but
he was very borderline. But if he wants to get purple sectors like that, he's going to use all the track he can use as he comes around the penultimate corner now. Foot to the floor, no braking left now as he comes around the final corner to open that DRS and come over the start-finish line. I reckon he's going to see a good lap here. Can he be ahead of his teammate or not?
He improves his time, but it's not enough to change his position. That's unfortunate.
Very stylish term on there.
Let's see. We have the other Mercedes of Andre on an out lap. We also have, I believe, let's see, Kev is the next car behind Pipe Tech on a hot lap by the look of it, but he is being chased by, I believe, Almanac. So is Almanac potentially doing a double out lap, or is
It
he
looks as if he's on a
getting,
lap using that battery.
he's probably doing this so that he can get as little resistance from the air around the entire track?
Maybe. Not what I would do, not when you need all the front end grip you can get around here.
He
I
is
mean, he's been
right on the
blocking him at this
diffuser.
point. I mean, if this is not blocking, I don't know what it is.
I mean, it's not blocking if you are going as fast as you can go.
Is this Fragnista though? He's
It's
no, it's
Kev.
not Fragnista, it's Kev. He's on a lap, so he might get away with that, but that's very unfortunate.
Yeah, Kev went 200ths faster than his previous time. We have got one person yet to set a time, and that is Piney Penguin. Still
Or
sat.
McLaren.
Yep, still sat in the pit lane. Let's see. Andre comes across the line and puts himself in third with a 17.5.
It's still a whole half a tenth from the front two,
half
though.
a second.
Half a second, sorry. That's what I meant to say.
And Piney has retired from the session.
Interesting. Going for last to first challenge here?
I mean, considering he was very apprehensive about this race and his setup before the race, I'm not sure what he's going to be trying to do.
Oh. Hopefully it won't be a McLaren 15th or 14th. Nathan might be able to get up there if he can put a wonder lap in on his newfound settings with the zero traction control.
Okay, so let's have a look at Fred, who I believe is on a push lap, but is going slower at the moment. Yeah, he's just lost 2 tenths in Portimao corner. And we've actually got Heavy in the chat here saying Lisbon to Portugal, plus or minus 300 kilometers. The best for summer holidays.
Right.
I will say the Algarve is very nice to go to in the summer. So is Fred going to go on to another push lap? Does he have the battery to do so?
He's not got much battery at all. I don't know if that lap he just put in was his push lap. He was 2 tenths down, as you said, and even going across the line, he was still 2 tenths down, so no time gained in those last few corners. But he might even be going for another one.
Charlie in the chat is asking if you have a fun fact for Portugal.
There shall be no spoilers for the fun fact. You just have to hope for a safety car.
We just want to know if you have something ready. Not what it is, but
there will never be a look. If I come to a race without a fun fact, it's over. I've lost all passion.
If you have come to a race without a fun fact, there is no race.
There is no. That's why everyone's here, for my fun fact. He's taking too much curve there, and he's on the grass. He'll come into the pit, I think. I don't know if he's got enough time. I can't see because he's got the yellow flag. I don't think he will. Only 2 minutes left.
Let's see how Nathan goes. He is currently on a push lap. He had a bit of traffic, which I believe was Fragnista, potentially.
Oh, he's going to come in. No, he's taking a very tight line there as he opens the DRS.
He goes faster by 1.8 seconds, but it doesn't
that's
improve.
A decent improve.
Considering
it's about right for him right now.
Considering he's dabbling with no traction control, and it's a very difficult circuit for it, being able to improve your time like that, I commend him. I can't do it.
With the Nathan standing here. I love it.
Yes, the Nathan Stanning is coming from a very, very naughty person in the chat. That's all I'm going to say on the matter.
Kev's improved up to P8 in front of his teammate, 117.9.
Let's see, I believe Fragnista is now on a lap as well, and he is ahead of one of the Haas boys. I'm not sure which of the Haas he is ahead of, though.
Sidegate's come across the line to the 117.770. Lots of sevens here. Maybe that shows some good fortune for his race later.
He will be hoping so. It's been a bit of a rough start to the season for Cygate, if I'm remembering correctly, and Fragnista goes up to 4th and is immediately put down into 5th again by Neilby coming across the line.
Standardam's about to come over the line. Is he going to extend his lead on pole? Yes, he is. 2/10. Have that, Almanac.
Can Almanac answer? He is just starting a lap.
Yeah, he's going to get the best of the track conditions here, although he's got a lot. So he's used a lot of his battery already. Just the 30% as he comes through the hairpin now. So it's going to be interesting how he manages this over the rest of the lap.
As the checker flag has dropped, both Fred and Nathan are no longer going to improve. Pipe Tech does improve up to 5th with a 17.616.
Yeah, who else have we got coming across the line? Got a Haas in the pits. There's quite a few coming to the pits. Is this Ferrari Enzon going to be setting a lap? He does, but he doesn't improve, unfortunately. There's a Haas in the way of Almanac. Is that compromising for the penultimate corner there? You need as much of a run. Is he going to go off track? He's kept the time. He's kept the time. He's kept his foot in. Is he going to improve?
He was flirting with invalidation there.
Oh. 69. Wow. Okay.
That is unfortunate for Almanac, but that sets us up for a very interesting race here. And Heavy improves by 2 positions with an 18.733.
Good stuff. Good stuff. I think, is that it?
That is everyone.
There we go. So the order then, Summers. Sanderdam on pole. Love to see that. Almanac following very closely behind. I think he could have had pole position if it wasn't for that Haas at the end. Hopefully that won't get taken to the stewards, and we'll just race without it anyway, because I don't think Almanac needs any more help. Neil be P3. Love to see a Haas in the podium positions. Andre in P4. He's been doing well in EU2. So to try and see him do well in EU3 would be good stuff. Pipe Tech P5 in the Ferrari, followed by Fragnista in the RB. Thygate in the Alpine, X427 in the Haas, Enzon in the Ferrari, Kev in P10, the final points position. Heavy and his home race in the Kicksauber P11, Ashton Army P12 in his Mercedes, Fred in the Alpine. I think he might have been a little bit upset with that qualifying. He'll be looking to move up the grid this race. Nathan in P14 and Piney Penguin with no time, weirdly enough, in P15.
I do have to wonder why Piney was sat in the pits and decided to retire from the session.
Yeah, I'm hoping it's not a game issue. If he's not been able to take control, or maybe it's just, I don't know. There's so many issues with this game that you can never really know what's going on. Right then, I can see. Oh no!
And my game has just crashed. Sorry, guys. Give me 2 seconds.
Hopefully,
as soon as possible. Oh dear, why does this always happen?
The worst time as well.
Yeah.
Like, you literally couldn't be a worse time.
Like, I don't get it. I honestly don't get it. Like, the internet is fine, but the game dies. Come on, game. startup.
Sanderdam is going around the outside here. Almanac has made a position to turn forward. Fortunately, Sanderdam's going to be looking to make this back. Almanac's going defensive into the hairpin. A good race start here. Maybe a couple of incidents at the back. Hopefully nothing too much. Piney up 5 places.
As a reference, time lap time 18.4.
I do hope you're not joking about that Piney being up 5 places.
No. Piney Penguin is up 5 places from the start. Oh, I think Nathan's got off track.
Do I have an invite from anyone?
Yeah, you're not. Are you online yet?
Yes.
It's not. I need to keep refreshing it until you appear.
I do apologize, guys. The PC side of the game has been kind of sketchy after Monday's patch. I've heard rumors of people's games crashing just today, even.
You're not online. Why is it saying you're not online?
Send it to me anyway. Send it to me anyway. Find me, send it. We need to get back in. Otherwise, we're not going to have a race to show to YouTube. This time, I can't even blame my brother. There we go. Accept. Get
Right.
me in.
The positions. Almanac and Sanderdam, who have just driven away from the rest of the field. Neil being P3, 2.5 seconds down. Pipertech following very closely behind. The RB and then the teammate of Pipertech ends on just 2/10 behind Fragonista. Andre right on the back of them again. Has he made a move? He's going around the outside. Oh, he's backed off a little bit, going for the undercut. Not quite worked. Heffy's moved up to P8, which is good stuff. Be from P11, I think he started. Fred's moved up as well. Piney, as I said, 5 places up into P10 from the back of the grid. Enzon and Andre are going at it here. There might be a slight connection issue as they seem to be going in and out of each other in some sort of ghosting mode.
They may have had slight contact. The game can sometimes take slight contact and ghost both cars just to save face.
Lead into turn 1 on DRS, setting a fastest lap to go with. I can see rain already, Summers. I can see rain already.
Oh dear, oh dear. And Nathan is already into the pits on lap 1. Did he have damage?
I will let you know. Hopefully he's going in for some inters to absolutely fly past everyone on the wet conditions and win the race.
Puts himself on full wets and just goes to the end.
Flygate as well has had an absolutely horrendous start to this race. He's moved on to the hards. Questionable activity when he can see the rain. Nathan, though, has gone on to inters, which I think he might be a bit early.
Did Nathan have any damage to speak of?
Let's have a quick look. Nathan did not have any front damage, but Sayet did. That's why he's so far back off the back of the grid.
Right. We're going to keep an eye on the Andre. Well, everyone from P3 down to P8 are within DRS of each other right now.
Yeah, Almanac's making a move on Sanderdam into turn 1 here. They're just switching places, just gapping the field on those soft tyres.
They have already lapped Cygate.
Yeah, Almanac's going a little bit wide through turn 1. Maybe a start of the track limits warnings here.
That is a possibility. It could also be that the track surface is just starting to get that little bit greasy because of the slight rainfall.
The yellow flag in the hairpin looks like there might have been a little bit of collision between Cygate at the back and some others maybe trying to let him past.
We will have to keep tabs on that as Kev gets himself past Fred. And 427 does the same. Both of them doing it through the same corner sequence.
Yeah, it looks like there's a lot of these drivers holding on to these soft and medium tyres. It's not ready for inters yet, but they're slipping and sliding all over the shop.
Let's see what tyres everyone is currently on. So, Real Ashton Army, Nathan and Cygate have all gone on to the inters. And everyone else is currently on mediums or softs, depending on how they felt they would go in the race. I have a feeling some of the drivers may not have anticipated the rain. They may not have paid attention to their data, as 427 goes a little wide in turn 1.
DRS is still enabled for these lot, so can't be too wet out there yet. The stewards have decided it's not wet enough to disable that DRS. So anyone within the second will still be gaining that advantage.
So as of lap 5, we have got Almanac out in front with Sanderdam in second. Pipe Tech dropping time behind. He was only 5 seconds behind 4 corners ago, and he is now 6.7 seconds behind. Behind him is Neilby, then Fragnista closely behind. Andre, Enzon, and Heavy all close together, all using Slipstream and the DRS while it is enabled. Then we have Piney Penguin, who has made up now, 6 positions since the start of the race. Then we have Kev, X427, Fred, and then the 3 Inters runners, 35 seconds behind Fred. I'm just wondering, are those Inters going to last until the... Oh, there's a slide from Fragnista in turn 4. I cut myself off there, so I don't have to apologise. But, I think that's the slight sign that it might be time to change over to the wet running tyres potentially.
Yeah, well, I think any of us who have played this track in F124 know that turn 4 is an absolute nightmare for rear loss of grip. You send that car up there too fast and you'll be in the left-hand wall within no time at all. The gap between the front 3 still increasing, with Neilby and Pipe Tech fighting for the final podium position. This rain just doesn't seem to be doing enough to make a switch. Those inters are going to be burning out quicker and quicker every lap.
They are more than likely going to overheat within the next 2 laps unless the rain really comes down. As Piney Penguin has made up a position, he has gone up to 8th, passing Havy at his home, but Havy has now passed Piney on the start-finish straight using DRS.
Oh yeah, absolutely massive overspeed into turn 1, and he's realised that coming through turn 2 as he had a massive snap of oversteer trying to get back on the track. He's going to just about keep the position, but loses it through turn 4, and Fragnista has appeared out of nowhere. Must have had that snap of oversteer through 4 that I mentioned earlier, and he's going to tag along onto the back of Heavy and Piney here on those medium tyres.
Something tells me that Fragnista is not enjoying turn 4 in this race.
Same, brother.
It's 2 laps in a row now that he's basically done the same thing, and he has dropped 4 or 5 places now.
He's got 3 from the start. So he might have gained at the beginning, but he's got his teammate for a little bit of comfort behind. Hopefully he won't be attacking him too much. But that gap, only 2/10. He's going to be pushing him around this final sector of the track.
As Piney has actually broken the DRS to Heavy behind him.
Yeah,
so
well,
and he's flirting with the DRS of the cars ahead as well.
Oh, that's a Ferrari off. Enzon has had a massive snap out of the final corner. Is he all right? Does he have damage? He's in the gravel, I know that much.
He is missing his front left end plate.
Yeah, he got away with that lightly, but I think he'll take a new wing anyway as he dives into the
pits.
If you're going to make a mistake anywhere, that's probably where you want to make a mistake and get damage. Go straight into the pit.
He's had enough. He's had enough and he has retired from the race. I don't think he enjoys racing in the rain, especially around Portugal. Honestly,
That's a shame.
I wouldn't blame him for that, but there's so much of the race to go. You could always pull
So
it
much
back.
can happen. I mean, like we said already, this is extremely unpredictable with the rain. Everyone on not hard tires, slick tires in the rain. Just absolutely unpredictable.
Oh,
We've got
and we have
Alpine in the hairpin has had a slight mistake. He's got that going again, so he's okay.
Cygate had the
I
slide there.
I've got to give a shout out to Piney Penguin here. 9 positions gained in this opening stint of the
And he's
of the
still
race.
making
He's
up
going to
positions.
make
Look
another
at
one
this.
as he comes around the outside of the Ferrari through the penultimate corner. He's got more grip. He's got more pace. He's going to send it around the outside flat. He's going to open the DRS. No, he's not going to open the DRS. He's going to turn the battery on as he makes past the Ferrari. I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm getting me excited.
Pipe Tech comes into the pits. I'm pretty sure both Neilby and Pipe Tech are putting on the intermediate tyres. Can you confirm that for us?
Let's have a look. It might be that the DRS has been disabled, and that usually, at least for me, is the telltale sign of the wets are quicker.
And Nathan, they're getting out of the way of the lapping cars. It's unfortunate for him because it's awkward to do no TC around here, but in the rain, it's even more awkward. I know he has asked me not to show much of him during this stream, but he's a mate of mine, so I'm going to show him for a little bit at least. Hopefully
Anyway, those three that pitted, the 2 Hasses and Pipe Tech and the Ferrari have all gone on to the intermediate tyres, of course, for the rainy conditions. We'll see if they can make up time on the slick tyres. I should think they would.
I am thoroughly impressed by Sanderdam and Almanac. The fact that they can keep the level of speed that they have shown on slick tyres in the wet as Almanac comes into the pits.
Almanac's in. I think that Sanderdam has maybe made a mistake here by staying out for that another lap. He's got 1.2 seconds to Almanac, which was a good advantage. I didn't notice him eking out that gap. We'll see when Sanderdam pits whether Almanac has undercut on those intermediate tyres. We've got a few penalties for us.
We do. We have X427, Fred, and Cygate, all with 3 seconds of pens.
Correct.
I'm just thinking, Sanderdam might be using the rain to cool his soft tyres.
Yeah. Temperatures are harsh around here. I don't know if they're quite that harsh that you'd stay out on this sort of conditions on the slick tyres. I wouldn't risk it on around this track, but maybe he's just braver than me.
I mean, I wouldn't put it past him.
If he wants to beat Almanac,
he could be on the 500 IQ play right now. Who knows?
It might be. Tiny Penguins picked up a 3-second penalty. Oh, he's had such a great start. That's unfortunate.
I'm going to bet that was on the exit of Portimao corner as well. We did some practice together the other day, and he was complaining about Portimao corner. He does not like that top of the hill right-hander.
He's Tokyo drifting through the final corner. He's made the right decision to go into the pits and put up some intermediate tyres, I think. Sanderdam also is in. We didn't see that, but he's in for some intermediate boots. Where's he going to come out in regards to Almanac? Almanac's coming down the main straight now. It's going to be a close one as they make it out for turn 1. Almanac.
I've got a great camera for this, and Almanac gets ahead.
He's ahead. I had a feeling that was going to be the case.
So, at this stage in the race, Almanac made the smarter move, pitting 1 lap earlier and getting the undercut. Yeah. Nathan, no!
3-second penalty for multiple warnings. Going back to Almanac and Sanderdam, Almanac's gained 3.5 seconds-ish on those inters going in 1 lap earlier. And not only that, but they're going to be warmed up ever so slightly more.
That is true, but being warmed up on the inters is not always the best thing. You don't want them to overheat, because if the rain isn't strong enough, your tyres will overheat. He's trying to get past Heavy here, who is still on the soft tyres.
Absolutely battling that. Good stuff. Sanderdam's going to be loving that if he can get past quickly. He was going to disappear, I think, Almanac. So just hold him up that little bit. It'll save a little bit of time for Sanderdam to close in on that championship leader.
I'm just wondering. Yeah, Andre out in front, 13 seconds ahead. He's still out on the mediums.
I'm not going to say it now, but I'm going to think about this strategy, because you never know. It might start raining in
That's
2 laps'
true.
time.
He could be waiting for the shower to pass.
It could. We've not got any information on how long this rain's going to last for, but it never really got very strong, did it?
Cygate picking up a 3-second time penalty there.
Yeah, he's on the medium tyres, 1 lap old, so I'm not going to question it. The rain could be ending soon, and maybe that's why he's done it. But
maybe his engineer has told him that it's going to be ending very soon.
Maybe. I personally would be making such strategical, just different strategy calls in P14, quite so far back, but maybe it's a testing day for Alpine.
Potentially, yes. As we have Fragnista closing in on the back of Piney Penguin here. Has Piney Penguin run out of steam in this race?
Maybe he's taken a dry setup, and that's why he was doing so well at the beginning.
Potentially, yes.
We'll just have to wait and see. Heavy in the kick salvo, 11 laps on those soft tyres now. He's absolutely going for it. I wouldn't even do 11 laps on soft tyres in the dry, let alone in the wet as well.
I'm sorry, but even on the inters, watching Piney and Fragnista come through that final corner, both of them were drifting through the corner, and they're both on the inters. That shows you how little grip there is on that track.
Yeah, looking at the two leaders on inters, 1.5 seconds between Sandam and Almanac, sort of ebbing and flowing between 1.4 and 1.6. Hoping we can get some battling here, because we've got quite a few large gaps other than X427 on Fragnista.
And we've also got Pipe Tech closing up to the back of Heavy, because he has the inters on. They have opposing colours going on. A red car with green tyres and a green tyre with red tyres.
Cygate is retired in the pits. He was a long way off with probably the wrong tyre set, to be honest. It's a shame to have another one out.
Apple Juice gets 10 seconds for speeding in the pit
No,
lane.
not DNF everyone.
And he's retired as well. Oh dear, so we're down to 12 racers as it stands. Unfortunate for Alpine, there will be no points going their way at all.
No, not today.
As Havey finally comes into the pits.
Will he put some intermediates on, or does he also think that the rain's going to be ending soon?
Let's have a look and see what happens.
Fragnista made a move on X427 into turn 1, I believe.
Let's see. He has put the green band tyres on. He has put the inters on, finally. I think it's about, 7 laps too late?
Well, I wasn't counting.
We never know. He's got the fresher tyres. If he gets them into the temperature window, he could potentially push and get caught up to the back of the group and start pushing through the field.
Yeah, we've got an interesting fight here between X427 and Fragnista. Can't tell which one looks to be quicker.
And there we are. DRS is now disabled. So
only just being disabled.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's strange how the game thinks you can still go on slicks, even though the track is slip.
I mean, it's horrible.
It's very, very greasy.
Andre's clearly taken that as a sign to pit for some slick, so intermediate tyres off of these
Yes.
slick tyres. We'll see where he comes out.
Heine picks up another penalty. This time, I believe it was in the left-hander before the penultimate.
Going to make a move into turn 1. Oh, he's gone very wide. Fragnista's made a cheeky up and under there.
Yes.
Cheeky switchback. Crofty be proud. Andre's come out right behind this. These three could be on for a proper battle over the course of the next few laps.
This should be quite interesting, seeing these three battle it out.
Yeah, not only
of course,
that,
we've got Kev close behind as well.
Yes, he's going to be within that DRS detection, despite it being gone. The slipstream will benefit him greatly in turn 1. Just me, when was the rain really coming down now?
It's started to really come down. We have got actually wet-looking tyres and spray coming up now. So, yeah, it is officially a wet race.
Whoa! Whoa, whoa. Real Ashanami, what's going on? He's on the mediums.
What is this man doing?
He's come for a Tokyo Drift.
Maybe he feels sorry for Nathan being so far behind, so he's going to... Maybe it's a solidarity move, who knows?
Maybe. We've got these four that are battling here. Fragnista's actually managed to gain over a second.
Oh, that was very close from X427 cutting across to go into the pits. Andre almost losing his nose cone.
Yeah,
Jeez.
I think that'll be all right. He gets ahead of Kev here. It's going to be the Mercedes versus the 2 RBs if he can catch up. Look at the advantage he's got on those new intermediates, though. Time's coming down and down and down, 10th after 10th. He comes out of the hairpin. He's got an absolutely amazing exit. He's right behind
Getting the power down. He's doing what the RBs are struggling to do out of that hairpin. And even over the crest of the hill there. That's a very difficult corner to get your power down. And he's managing to do it every single lap.
He's so eager to get past. He's going to fly away if he gets past.
He's eager to get past, but he's being patient. He's not diving.
Ashanami's to the pits to change those mediums, I should hope.
Hopefully. He's changing over to a set of the intermediates. And we have Nathan back into the pits again. I don't understand what is going on here.
Agnista's into the pits as well. Andre is going to take P6 with Kev following very closely behind.
They get themselves past the hearse of Neilby as well in the process.
The reason we've seen people in
Almanac just got himself a 3-second penalty, and Sanderdam is within 2 seconds of him.
Well, we'll have to see where they come out after they pit again, because Neilby, Fragnista, X427, Ashanami, and Nathan are on all the full wet tyres. They are going for the full wet tyres.
That doesn't bode well.
No, lots of rain. Lots and lots of rain.
Oh dear, oh dear. All I can say is I hope it's not like this tomorrow for EU2. I do not want to be doing this in EU2 tomorrow. I want a dry race, please.
Yeah, we all like a dry race. I mean, some people like the wet, but they're monsters.
In comes Almanac, and I believe Sanderdam behind him as well. Yes, both front runners in. Let's see.
I thought the wets were just slower than the inters.
I don't know. They are, but I guess it depends on how wet it is. Because the inters only move so much water.
Interesting. Heine's going to stay out on the inters here. He's going to be leading the race. Piney Penguin leading the race of Portimao from the back to the front, albeit a potential pit stop down, but you never know. You might carry these inters.
So we have Piney Penguin on 6 seconds of penalties. We have Almanac on 3 seconds, X427 on 3 seconds, and Nathan on 3 seconds. So, yeah, as it stands, Piney Penguin is the lead of the race. He hasn't pitted for a second set of wet tyres, but does he feel that he can take this to the end?
Well, the gap, unfortunately, is coming down rather rapidly between himself and Almanac. Just 2.7 seconds now, and now 2.6. And I won't continue to say the numbers all the way down to 0, because I feel like it is going to be 0 rather soon.
Yes, it looks like those who have pitted in onto the wet tyres have made the correct decision. Doesn't seem all that wet, although the spray is quite impressive out there at the moment.
There's a lot of spray. It looks incredibly wet on my screen.
Yeah, I'm getting that lovely pixelated spray.
8-bit spray.
Yes, 8-bit spray. Sanderdam closing up to the back of Andre here on those wet tyres. He wants to make this move as quick as possible to get past Andre and start closing up on Almanac.
Yeah, he's got to make the most of the 3-second penalty Almanac has got. He hasn't got to overtake him on track to win this one today.
Almanac is now within 1 second of Piney Penguin.
Yeah, and now 7 tenths, and 6 tenths, and 5 tenths, and 4 tenths.
That was a slight wiggle from Piney through the left-hand kink there. And he just can't get the power down over the hill.
It's going to be side by side as they come through turn 9 here, up into Portimao, round the outside, which turns to the inside. Side by side, still just avoiding a collision. He's going to make the move and not go
so close. Yes, we will have a look at the tyres. So we have Almanac, Sanderdam, Neil B, Pipe Tech, 427, Fragnista, Real Ashton Army, and Nathan, all on the wet tyres, full wet tyres. Piney, Andre, Kev, and Heavy all on the inters. So, and it looks like at this moment in time, with the weather being what it is, the full wet tyres, the blue-walled full wet tyres, are the faster tyre as it stands, as Sanderdam finally gets himself past Andre.
Yeah, he's made an important move there. He's got 4.8 seconds to Piney, and then another 1.2 to the race leader Almanac, without his penalty being added on. What would you do here, Summers, if you were on inters?
If I were on inters, if I was privy to the information of Almanac and Sanderdam making up places on the full wets, if I had an engineer in my ear saying that this is the situation, I would be switching to the wets. Yes, I may drop a few places, but I'm still going to pass those who are going to be on inters.
Yeah,
So,
I think I would go for the same. Kevin Andre on the inters might be getting a good battle here. Maybe he's turn 1.
there is potential. Let's see.
Andre is slipping and sliding. Slipping and sliding.
That is, I'm pretty sure what you would call a Brown moment.
Code Brown.
Code Brown, yes.
Code Brown.
And still, they're staying out on the inters. I think they might be trying to stretch out the inters. Try and go for a longer period on them and have the fresher wets for the end of the race, maybe?
Yeah. I just don't know. Sanderdam's now just 2 seconds behind Piney. Doesn't seem to be gaining as much time as Almanac was when he was behind on those wet tyres against those 10 lap old softs now, not softs, inters.
It could well be due to Almanac's setup. He might have a more wet setup, a wet orientated setup. That's unfortunate for Andre because he was having a good race, even though he's on the inters. He's up in fourth. He's keeping Kev at arm's length at the moment, considering there's no DRS. It's unfortunate that he's got himself a 3-second penalty. It does mean that he will lose 2 places if he stays where he is right now.
Sanderdam in that 1 second to Piney Penguin. Oh, he's got a lot more grip coming through this final corner of Portugal. So much more grip. He's going to make a move as he comes down the main street.
Oh, they're both very wobbly there. Jeez.
Yeah, I think Sanderdam was going to go around the outside there on the grass to try and get Piney, but Piney came back across, which just surprised him a little bit. He's going to be a little bit annoyed about that one as Almanac continues to increase his lead over these two.
We're going to stay on with Sanderdam and Piney just to see where this overtake is potentially going to happen. Just looking at the chat. Thank you for the follow, Rodney. Welcome in. If you type in the chat ~, Discord, you can join the Discord and you can sign up if you wish to race. We have both... Sanderdam is off.
I thought he had the move on, but he was really wide, and I don't know if he just lost grip so wide on the track.
Potentially got onto the more wet line and just lost the traction. But if you do wish to sign up and you haven't been previously banned, Crypto.
Crypto and all his aliases.
Yes, all of them. You can use ~, Discord in the chat. Join the Contest of Speed Discord. We have EU races and North American races as well. We have 3 tiers for the EU side, and we have 2 for the American side. The more the merrier, except for Crypto. He's not allowed.
Sanderdam, again, can't get past Piney to turn 1. Piney's going to be loving this, although he's building up quite the train behind him, and that penalty is not going to do him any good.
I have a feeling that Piney may have gone with a dry setup. He is very slow through sector 2.
Yeah.
But he's lightning quick on the straight.
Sanderdam taking an unorthodox line over the grass. Not the one I would do.
I think he was just very frustrated being stuck behind Piney for the last 2-3 laps, not being able to make the move stick, and losing so much time to Almanac. They are now 12.5 seconds behind Almanac.
Yeah, Neilby and Kev came together here at the inside of Portimao. No damage as far as I can see, but Neilby on those wet tyres wanting to get past Kev as soon as possible. Fragnista, Kev's teammate, is actually pitted for some new intermediates in P10. Not sure if we'll see some brilliant pace from him now on those new tyres, whether the track will suit those or not.
Now we have Andre. Oh, Piney is into the pits. I wonder if he is now going... Thank you very much, Connor. So Piney is using a modded dry setup. He's gone on to a fresh set of inters. Evidently, he's not listening to the stream, and his engineer isn't listening to the stream either.
Well, I think those inters he was on weren't particularly great to make the end of the race He's split it in half pretty much to share the load over 2 sets of intermediates instead, which we could see other drivers do as well. Maybe those wet tyres are going to be become obsolete if it dries up. It could be the move. It might not be. We'll just have to wait and see.
Oh, and Nilby got the traction, but just taps the back of Kev coming over the crest of the hill there.
Yeah, X427 being overtaken by the home favourite in the Kick-Sauber on the intermediates. I'm not sure if X227 got past originally and he's dropping time. You know what? I can see what looks like quite a dry line considering it's still raining.
That is
Those
true.
intermediates going back.
Potentially, it could have just been overheating and degradation from overheating on the intermediates that was causing the wets to be faster. We won't know until we talk to the
top three,
the
wherever
top
it might
three,
be.
yeah.
No spoilers. Definitely not going to be the two in the front that are really far ahead or anything.
It's definitely not going to be Almanac. He's not going to finish in first again.
Almanac's never won a race. Why would he win one now?
I just want to remind everyone in the stream, he has won a race. There's the proof.
He has 3 actually. He's 3 for 4. It's a pretty impressive work rate, isn't it?
It is. I will say, Sanderdam is not making up the time that he wants to make up.
No, not at all.
If
And 12 and a
anything,
half
he's actually losing a little bit of time, lap per lap.
Yeah, Almanac actually went a little bit wide there, so the time coming down actually sort of made sense.
We've got Neilby right up behind Kev still. We've also got Piney on those fresh inters right behind 427. I don't think Dan is going to enjoy having a Piney torpedo behind him on those inters.
Well, it's fitting, isn't it, in the wet to be a torpedo, but hopefully this one won't hit.
He's actually doing well so far. He's had a very close call, but he's had a stellar race. He's actually showing off his wet racecraft.
Yeah, maybe a wet race merchant. He's
X427 comes in.
Neilby also pitted for new inters. It's got to be new inters now. The dry line is appearing more and more every lap. It almost looks dry on the dry line.
Oh, Piney. I caught that on stream. That was...
Clip it.
That was poor.
Don't clip it, that's horrible. Yeah, those inters are looking good. Those who have stayed out on inters, Andre, Kev, and Heavy in the Kick-Sauber, are they going to keep them, do you reckon? It's still a decent way to go.
Yeah, there's what, 8 laps to go? Yes.
Yeah, 7, 8, 9. Oh, Rilashinami with a 3-second penalty. That's going to be big for his race. Not really.
I mean, the more more penalties he gets, the more likely Nathan's going to be able to catch him.
Yeah,
but
with an interval of 1 minute 16, I'd like to see a penalty that could be large enough to bring him into contention.
Andre has now passed Sanderdam.
Wow, those wets are not the one clearly. Realish now he's listening.
No.
Oh, and he's being at bits.
You were so close, Ashton. You were so close to finishing the race.
Time for soft. Yeah, right. Get out of here. Almanac still on the wet. I mean, arguably he doesn't need to pit because he's got that gap, and if Sanderdam is his main challenger, then he's got plenty of time to react to him. But Andre on the inters, they might be old, but if he keeps that advantage, Could he be on for a win?
There's always the potential. I'm just
11.5.
11.5. He's already brought it down by 1 second in 2 laps.
Yeah.
Can he keep pushing these tyres?
Come on, Andre. Come on, Andre. Let's see a last lap battle for P1.
I mean, I raced against Andre in EU2 last week at Brazil, and I didn't win that fight. But
What do you say he didn't win that race? Then?
he is a very quick driver. He's very methodic with the way he races, is the best way I can put it. He's clinical with the way he drives the car. And even with a bumbling idiot like me in a car in front of him, putting a wheel on the curb and sliding, he just gently turned slightly to the right and went around me. And no, Crypto, there is no title charge from me incoming. Unless Portugal goes extremely well, then I will have the biggest head in the world.
Don't you already have the biggest head in the world?
I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
Good. Anyway, I think we missed Tiny getting past the home favourite a couple of laps.
We did. That was a couple of laps ago, and it was about Tiny's
lots of off-trackness. Don't like it.
It's no wonder he's catching up to Pipe Tech.
Yeah, he's just cutting the corners. No, I think he's obviously got the advantage on those intermediate tyres and
taking the wider line.
Snap, and he's going to go around the outside. No questions asked. He's got the grip.
He's got the grip, and I will say that wider line as Pipe Tech comes into the pits is probably the better line in the wet. Purely for the fact that you can keep the steering more open and you don't have to force the car into a tight turn.
Yeah, Pipe Tech in for the intermediates. I'm not sure if I'd have made that decision with only 4 laps to go.
I mean, at this stage, the spray seems to have calmed down considerably on the dry line.
I can't see any.
I can see spray a little bit, but that's only when the cars are going either side of the dry line.
Yeah.
I think it's time for softs.
Softs. Brave, very brave. Maybe we could see a Nathan masterclass soft on the last lap to set the fastest lap.
Set the fastest lap, make up 2 minutes 16 seconds, and pass everyone.
Oh, yeah. Nathan's favourite position, P11. If you ask anyone who was there EU4 season 12, they will also know that P11 is his favourite position.
As Sanderdam has come into the pits.
Okay.
I don't think he likes those wet tyres. He's going back onto the inters.
Yeah, I didn't see the gap that he had to Kev behind him, but it looks like he's going to have a reasonable gap to Piney Penguin as he makes it out of the pits, who has been on those for 6 laps, including his time penalty. It's looking all right for Sanderdam to make a position 2 back here, although the home favourite and the Haas are going to make a pass. Oh, that was close into turn 1. He set himself a challenge here to make it past a few cars. See if we can see some good racing near the end of this race.
Hitting this late in the race, I could understand it if it was safety car. As Thrivenister gets himself another 3-second penalty.
Oh, come on. Only another 2 minutes more. And Nathan will be the points.
But hitting this late, he will have the fresher tyres, granted. But he has given up, 1, 2, 3, 4 places in the process.
Yeah.
I'm not sure it was the smart move, as Neilby and Heavy were swapping positions there.
Yeah, 16 laps versus 4 laps. strong advantage to the Haas there, so understandable he's made that move, and now Sanderdam goes up the inside of the penultimate corner as
We
well.
have a race cam redeem. They want a Nathan race cam. So he has just started a lap, so we will follow him around for this entire lap, and then we will jump back to the battle between Heavy, Sanderdam, and Neilby.
Yeah, don't bottle it now, Nathan.
This is your big moment, Nathan.
Have you got the onboard? There we go.
Don't worry, I saw the chat.
Good. Yeah, I'm a little bit behind. So, right, Sanderdam is right at the back of Neilby here, coming through the beginning of sector 2. Everyone else has got quite a large gap. Nothing, no one under pressure. Andre's brought that gap to Almanac to just 4.6 seconds coming into the last 3 laps of this race. It's going to be close. It's going to be really close. 3 seconds apiece. It's all to fight for on track between those two at the front.
Yeah, it's one of those situations where if you hadn't gotten any penalties, you would still be pushing. But knowing that you have the penalty, you're going to be pushing even harder to try and make up the gap.
Yeah.
And,
Almanac is going to be hating his tyres right now.
And, I mean, Kev is going to be doing what he can to try and close up that gap as well.
Yeah.
Because, obviously, he's on the podium as it stands. But the closer he gets, he could potentially come in second or even first.
Oh, I really hope we see a battle here.
So let's go back on with Sanderdam and Neilby in this close battle. Nathan is probably going to scream at me tomorrow. Hey, Crypto, you got your one whole lap on board with Nathan, okay? That's what the Redeemer's there for.
Was it Crypto? I thought it was Huff and Dirtback.
Actually, yes, it was Huff and Doback.
Yeah.
I apologise for calling you Crypto, because you're two completely different people, and Huff and Doback is actually a good person.
We're on the final lap, and I think we need to go on board with Andre here, because he's just 1.5 seconds off the back of Almanac as he comes into the hairpin now. He's got a lot more grip. Oh man, this is getting me excited. Time didn't come down as much as I thought it would as he got the power out of that. He's coming through turn 7 and 8 now, up the hill. He's gaining time. He's had a little bit of a slide coming up the hill. He's going to lose that time gained. Almanac's doing well here. He's not seemed to have made a mistake on this final lap to try and keep that P1 position. It's just there's no grip anywhere. There's no grip.
At this moment in time,
1.3.
Andre is praying that Almanac makes a mistake and gets another 3-second penalty. As I say that, 427 gets it instead.
Almanac's going to hold position here, it seems, as he comes around the penultimate corner to keep his foot in for the last and final corner of these 33 laps around Portimao. He's done it again. P1. He's going to weave over the line. Don't get a track limits warning or crash. P1 for Almanac. Andre P2. Very well done to those two. Andre has put a good show on for those last few laps. Kev is 10 seconds off the front two. Another large gap again today, although 7.6 across the line,
And
so that lied.
Now we have Piney Penguin coming
Hold on.
across.
Fragnice is DNF'd. We know what this means.
Nathan gets
Nathan
points.
D 310 is going to get points.
But Piney is going to drop like a stone.
A big stone, a really, really big round stone.
Don't be mean to him, come on.
Oh, and another one. Oh.
Is Pipe Tech also going to misplace him? No, he's not.
I don't think so.
Can you imagine?
I hope not.
And
An
here comes
X427.
427. I'm just thinking, Fragnista's time, will that still count because Nathan was 2 laps down?
Oh no. Driver
Well-
of the day, Piney Penguin. I can agree with that. Oh no. Nathan.
Nathan.
Well, obviously, Fragnice is classified because he's done enough of the race. And Nathan didn't have the opportunity to overtake, if that's even the right word, his DNF car.
Well, congratulations to Almanac on yet another win. The Red Bull domination isn't boring at all. But
No. Let's be look. Almanac is clearly a very talented driver in respects of EU3, and I think just there he showed that when he had the disadvantage on those wet tyres at the end, he still managed to pull through. Very Max Verstappen like, and he has got 5 or 4 wins, but he's still putting on a good show.
And let's quickly get these screenshots in. Did I get those without pens? I'll do it again just in case. Without the penalties, please. There we go. The others were DNF, that's fine. So, if you can, please grab or try to get Almanac, Andre, and Kev in for some interviews. We will transition over in just a moment.
Welcome back to Contest to Speed.
Contest
Contest to Speed.
Contest of speed.
Okay, ladies and gents, so we have no interviews at the moment. So if Kev doesn't want to talk to us, then that's perfectly fine. I hope everyone enjoyed the race. It was interesting to see from lap 4 because unfortunately my game crashed. Thank you very much, Codemasters and EA, for patching in major crashes. But yeah,
Good
going
race.
from dry to extremely wet to starting to dry out again. That was a brilliant race. And Almanac and Sandydam were just outstanding to do what they did. Unfortunately, Sandydam did pit late and it cost him a podium. But Almanac dominant again this week. Absolutely dominant. Even though he had penalties, he was ahead of the pack. The only person who challenged him towards the end was Andre. And he just wasn't close enough. I do apologise.
Yeah, no interviews for tonight then. Apologies, everyone.
No problem. Well, thank you everyone for joining us tonight for Contest of Speed EU3 at Portugal. There is no North American race tonight, as we all know. But tomorrow, 9 p.m. GMT, we have EU2, which I will be taking part in. And I will probably be spinning if it is raining. So come and watch me practice ballet at Portugal. And after that, we also have the AM2 side of things at, I believe it is 9 p.m. PST. I need to double check that. But yes, if you do enjoy watching these races, drop a follow, join the Discord, and thank you all for watching. Have a good evening.
Thank you, everyone. Yep. See you next week.